everyone. So just dropping off some more pipe. We're on a tile job right now. Currently working for a family friend. I didn't film anything the other day when we were here, like last Friday or something, but we're half done now. Not that big of a job. This farm was already tiled. It's been tiled a long time ago. I couldn't tell you when, but it's on 50-foot centers with old clay tile. Spent a good chunk of the day Friday finding the old pipe where everything is, and then we're tapping into the old main, and we're splitting in between the old lines and putting new plastic corrugated 4-inch in between the old pipe. So originally it was on 50-foot centers. We're going in between them, so now the grid's going to be 25-foot. It's been pretty rainy over the weekend, so today's Monday. Didn't do anything in the field today. It's too wet and sloppy, but just dropping off some more pipe we needed. It's supposed to get pretty cold tonight. We're going to try to get here nice and early tomorrow morning while everything's a little crusted over and not so sloppy, and maybe we can get some runs in. But the sun comes out and it warms up, we might get shut down. But as for now, I'm gonna leave here. I didn't have the tracks clean on the excavator, so stopped here, dropped off pipe, and I also cleaned the tracks, make sure those don't freeze up overnight. But we're gonna try to come back here first thing in the morning, see if we can get some pipe in the ground. Who knows, maybe we'll do really good and get this job done. As I said, it's not that big of a job. I'm not even sure how many acres are here, but nice long run, so we're able to burn up the pipe pretty quick. Well, it's the next morning here. I'm just pulling up to the farm. Looks like we're not the only ones taking advantage of the frosty morning. See the neighbors out chisel plowing right now on his ground. I believe we have mostly everything loaded up now, so we should just be able to get in the trucks pretty quick here and get to the field, which is about 5 miles away or so. Pretty cold starting this morning. Just getting the machines warmed up now. Sun's starting to come out. Did track over back by the pickup. We brought a different 4-inch boot with us today. We're going to be taking that one off. It has a slight tear in it, so it keeps filling up with dirt. So I dropped another one off yesterday while I was dropping off the pipe. So we'll get that switched over real quick while the machines are warming up. I also need to grease the excavator. I didn't grease it the other day when we stopped working, so it needs grease for sure this morning. Got the 4030 out here on the job. It's got a little heater inside the Hindeker cab there, so it'll take a little bit of the edge off. It's not too bad today. There's no wind, which is great. The excavator grease now. Got the other 4-inch boot on. I believe the computer's working, so should be able to go to work here pretty quick. Going to go track down. We already have all the runs marked out for the excavator, So I'm gonna track down by the 4030 and start digging. The sun's out now. There's not a cloud in the sky at the moment. So we'll see how long this lasts. It might get pretty sloppy on us pretty quick. We'll see what it looks like in a few hours, but the way the sun's out right now, I have a feeling we're gonna be done around lunchtime. Here's my line right here that Dad scratched out. It's a scratch every 50 feet. I kind of have to guesstimate where the main is looking at the other holes I dug, so it's probably somewhere right here. Cart just ran empty. Just gonna go get reloaded. It's the first run of the day. So tapping into an old clay tile. This is an 8-inch main. Just break a section here. Oh, these 12 inches. Kind of looks that way. Sometimes I don't even have to break them. I can just pry them out with the shovel, but this one just kind of collapsed on me. What we do is I'll take a piece, unmeasure it up with the plastic, and just go a fuzz longer and put the plastic and replace this piece with the plastic here. Whether this be right or wrong, this is how we've kind of done it the past few years and haven't run into any issues so far. So I think it works pretty good. I've seen other people try to put a big T in there and then a bunch of reducers down to 4 or whatever you're working with. And I think this works a lot nicer, just squeezing a piece of plastic in there and then making a normal tap like you would if this was just a plastic main. what it looks like when it's all done. Ready for the tile plow to get back down here, and I'm gonna move over 50 feet and go on to the next one. For those that are wondering why we don't use a cordless drill, we used to do that, but it never made much sense to run an expensive tool underwater in mud and then for it to break on us. So we kind of stopped doing that years ago, and just have that little speed handle tool with the hole saw on the end of it. That's worked out pretty good for us so far, and don't have to worry about the batteries going dead on that either. So I just finished the third hole here and ended up pulling up a 10-inch piece instead of 8. What happened is, I'm guessing, well, that's the outlet down there. We're kind of working backwards, but we're not making any water, so it's not that big of a deal. But I'm guessing they went 10-inch, 8-inch, and then way down there it was 6-inch. Have any 10-inch pipe here with us, so we want to keep moving before we lose all of our frost and traction. We're gonna just leave the holes open for right now and leave a little bit of extra 4-inch in the hole, and then when we get 10-inch sometime today, we'll come back and tap everything. But for right now, we just want to keep the tile plow moving. here. Got some 10-inch pipe so we can start making these connections. Challenger is on the last run over there. Dad and her help left. There's an oil leak on the stringer cart, so they went to go get a fitting and grabbed another truck with tools. But that's all right. I'm just making all these connections now with the 10-inch pipe. I also have all these holes to backfill once I'm done with that. So once this line is in, I also have to find, as you can see, the main is quite a ways away from the road, and I believe there's one 4-inch clay tile line in between me and the road. Need to find that, and I think they want to sneak one more in between here. And they also talked to the people we're working for, and they want one more run down at the very south edge. So plenty for me to do. Even while the tractor's not running, I got a lot of catch-up work to do anyways. So it's about 1:30, 2 o'clock-ish right now, and surprisingly, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be so far. It stayed pretty cool today, even though the sun's out, no clouds. It's not muddy out, which is great. So we should be able to just continue to do our work for the rest of the day. I thought it was going to be a lot worse by now. As long as everything gets fixed, I think we'll be able to wrap this up yet today. So I got a handful of more connections to make, and then I'll start backfilling, and then I'm gonna start digging up this next line, and then I'll save that one for last. Just got the oil leak fixed on the stringer cart. Putting in this last run. Got this connection here to make. Got all the other holes backfilled. We ended up locating a couple lines in between the road and the main here. So this was already done once upon a time with plastic. Being said, covered it back up. Not gonna bother trying to put another line in there. And we're gonna try to squeeze one more on the south end yet. Just pulled out on the road here. I'm gonna start heading home with the Challenger. This job is done. I think that's gonna do it for this video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.